the administration fees, so we're fine.
So we're all back to the same boat.
So it's, yeah, it's a little more expensive to have MVP manage it, but you lose that $8,800 line on.
Yep, I saw that.
On the,
Prescriptions. Yep.
the HRA.
Yep.
Having to pay that money out.
Yep, okay.
So you're saving it here, you're paying it here.
Okay.
And it's cleaner to the employee.
No, I'm good.
So this would be my recommendation. There's still, again, my total expected HRA utilization is 54,000. The competitor was, I think, 22 was a very, very conservative number. If the utilization comes in at 22, you save another 30 grand.
Good.
But this is I think, a more realistic number than what we were looking at last week.
So somewhere between.
One more thing.
No, go
One
ahead.
more thing. My administration fee for my guy is $3,700. Their administration fee was somewhere around 5,000 plus 10% of any savings the town has. My plan does not include that 10% give back to the HRA administrator.
Okay.
And I think that's a huge differentiation between this and what we were looking at last week.
So Paul, this is a much better proposal, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Jean, do you have a?
So what Paul's saying is that the fees, the setup and administration fees are $3,793, either one of these plans. And what we were looking at last week was $5,024 for setup and admin, plus an additional $12,386. So
And the card use is exactly the same to the employee, right?
Yes.
Okay, the only question that I actually have is, you know, learning about both of these plans, you know, I have more of a comfort level with the difference card because it's a copay versus the HRA with, you know, the donut and the whatever and the, you know, that payment. I think it's going to be an easier plan transitioning with the unions and whatever. And so I like this difference plan better, but I just know that you feel that the high deductible is really a better, safer plan than any of these two difference card plans. So even though I'm leaning towards the difference card plan, you know, and as long as you guys both are comfortable with it, I'm okay with it, but I just know that you sort of originally said you wouldn't recommend this, so I just really want to, again, just understanding the thinking.
Two things. I mean, in terms of overall cost savings, I think a high deductible plan is going to be more beneficial to you because it tries to help make fees more transparent to the subscribers. This kind of tries to make the plan look exactly like it used to look, and that doesn't do anything to modify behavior. And so as a long-term solution, I would still point you toward the high deductible plans. What I'm getting from this group is there are union constraints that you're concerned about, and this type of plan does address the union constraints of if they're going after specific, well, what is my copayment versus how much is my total outlay for the year? Those are philosophically the differences. Philosophically, I would say even if the town was giving the first 50%, the employee was paying the second 50%, in many cases that may very well work out better for the employee. But an argument can be made like, well, what if I use the town's portion and I only use my portion? Is that better than paying co-payments? Well, it depends on how much you got sick. And so those are, I think, some of the concerns that you guys are worried about in terms of a union arbitration.
So from the perspective of this difference card plan, I mean, you feel it's a sound way to provide health insurance to employees.
I do.
And so it's not like we're,
I do,
you know,
and
and then the risk is sort of,
I'm much more comfortable with, I mean, the other company was saying there was going to be about $122,000 savings. Of that, you'd have to give back some, so $111,000. Well, there could be I mean, the way this is structured, you could have that same savings too, but I thought their projections for HRA utilizations were dramatically low. And so does my experts at Choice Strategies. They came out with numbers that are closer to what I would have come up with.
so you feel comfortable presenting this plan?
I feel comfortable with those numbers being, the expected utilization being pretty close to.
And in any event, depending on what utilization we have, if it is to the original projection, that's saving the town money.
Right.
And
Well,
it
we
looks
save money regardless of whichever plan we go with, so,
we're gonna save more money with this difference card than you would with a high deductible. You'd have a problem with the union, so I'm good with this. And still, our costs are gonna be about 1,550. And we
You would-
budgeted for
you would-
1,675.
You would save more money probably if you,
well, not anymore, we cut it.
if you were
No.
only funding
Still
50%.
saving
Oh,
that
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
much
Okay.
more.
We're still saving.
If you're only funding 50% of the high deductible, you'd save more money on
Yep.
that side. But if you're planning to pay more, fund more than 50%, then you're probably better off
Yeah,
going.
we have to look into structuring it for next year.
Okay.
Yep.
We kind of- So what I'd like to do is thank you for your presentation. I'd also like to thank Terry Copeland and Kevin Smith for their proposal. Certainly, between the two, we certainly got a product that's gonna save us money. Thank you.
Okay, does anybody have any more questions? Then would somebody,
I'd like to make
I
a.
have a question.
Oh, Jean's got a question.
So on the hot off the press,
Yes.
the prescriptions, they're gonna be 10, 20, 30.
Correct.
As
Okay.
they are now.
They're gonna, okay.
so technically, there's really no changes in the co-pays with the prescription or with the doctors for any union person to create a problem?
Exactly.
Okay, but wait a
Okay.
minute. So there's gonna be, and do I have this right, that there will be a flat $25 copay for primary care?
Now, the way we did the same thing that.
Oh, okay, so it'll fluctuate depending on the way the other
Right, but
plan was
we worked
structured?
off of a 15, and that's what they did too, which was the
Right.
average.
So you're saying
the
this is your,
copayment- The copayment is 40, but the plan, the card pays the
The
difference,
difference.
which is the 25. So to the employee, they end up with 15. Why don't
And if we had to throw $5 more to a couple employees that might have a $10 copay, we could deal with that. Okay, we'll just make it work. Okay, are you okay, Jean?
so the employee has a $15 copay, the town has the 25,
Yes.
The plan will pay 40, base it on 40,
right,
and then the card will pay the other 25, and 20, so that 25 gets billed to the town.
Town,
right, so the town's copay is the 25 and the employee's is 15.
Which acts as a debit card, Jean.
right.
And when it comes to getting this all out to the employees that choose this, you guys can,
We will have a representative from MVP, we'll have an representative from Choice Strategies, and we'll have myself.
We
doing
have to
some
get the
good.
over 65s converted. And, not just have it as an option, actually convert them. All right?
Well, it's not an option. We voted we voted a budget that reflects them being converted.
I know, but they were offered MVP Gold last year, and there were only 4 people that were on it, so we gotta convert it, make sure it happens.
Well, we should convert all those that are in an area
Yeah, we,
that, a
yeah.
service that has the
Yeah, we
MVP
had
Gold
already,
service.
we had already talked about
It's
the fact.
everywhere, though.
No, there's 2 potential, I think there's 2 employees that live out of state that, MVP Gold doesn't have, doctors in, it's not.
There's
an
no
ins-
service.
There's no service
for them.
area.
No, I know,
So
but
we know we're gonna have to compensate them.
We could have had MVP Gold last year and realized the savings, and now I just wanna make sure Stroh sees that through, so we have the savings,
Well,
all
the
right?
packets have been ordered and sent here, and I did that regardless of which direction you went, because I knew that was the direction we were going.
Okay.
So, those are here in their packets.
And they'll pretty much get a letter, and they'll,
And
they'll,
a letter needs to be
I'm
drafted
ready.
to say what the.
well, I was about to say that we have to draft a letter to basically say the town policy is that, as a retiree, you're being,
Here is
bu-
your packet
Right.
to opt for
right,
this plan that costs this much.
right. So that will happen, Kev.
Good.
Okay? So,
So I'd like to make a motion that we change the employee health plans to the choice MVP choice. Can I leave it at that?
and I guess NISHIP, right?
Well,
And, where contractually necessary.
So you're saying the one with the expected
Right, where
annual
contractually
savings of
necessary.
78,075.30?
That's a moving target.
Yeah, I mean, already made our budget for it. We're
Yes,
simply
right.
changing the plan. I
Right.
don't want to put it.
But
just voting on the
I have
plan,
two
though.
proposals in front of me, I just wanna know if it's this one he's picking or that one.
I don't
Well, it's
get-
the one that I'm not really picking either, Gene.
Is it
I mean, if you
two, or
want,
is
it's the
it-
last one he just gave us.
What is it?
Different.
No, I
Yes,
know, is it one the
they're
RX? Is it one RX and one's the medical? Am I right?
No,
No.
prescriptions on both.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but
They're
the
two
difference
different
is,
plans.
Gene, I mean, it would be the one, if you'd like to, it's the one with the 10, 20, 30
Managed
prescription,
in the
managed
plan.
care. I mean, it's,
Managed by MVP.
Managed
rather
by
than
MVP.
Having both the card and MVP trying to pay for prescription.
and then the
Okay.
night shift will only be offered to where contractually required.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yeah,
I think that, is it on?
so are you saying then that if in one contract, it says night shift is the insurance, are you saying that all the other employees would not have the option to select night shift or MVP? They would have to go on MVP if they are not in that contract? Is that
Yes.
what your motion is?
That's exactly what my motion is, yes.
Oh,
Although I will take it from the way Jeff made the motion, as not bound by contract, you have to read the language in the contract, and so, like in the one union, you've got to discuss it with them, and upon discussion, if they decide to not agree, that is a union contractual type of thing. In the other contract, it's also the way it's worded, so why don't we, based on the way Jeff was doing it, I was gonna leave it up to the interpretation of the labor attorney once we got down to the nitty-gritty. So, I mean, I know you philosophically believe people should have a choice, so we could discuss that for a few minutes and then
what's to discuss?
discuss that you believe people should, discuss how you feel.
Because one sector in that union has the capability of having a choice between two different health insurance plans. They don't feel it's fair to, I just don't feel it's fair.
Yeah. They have a utilization rate of about 3 people not on the night shift plan, so fairness or no fairness, they have not taken advantage of it. Also, for them to use the MVP currently under that contract, it would actually cost them more money out of pocket, so it's their choice. So they've made the choice not to take the MVP plan. It's in their contract. They do have a choice, yes, but no one, I believe there's 3 members. Does that sound right? I think there's
Yeah,
2 or
and
3.
We've made the choice not to change their
Yeah.
coverage, not to change their costs, and more importantly, to save taxpayers money,
So,
a lot of money. That's why we did all this work. Your employees are not having any change in coverage. Zero.
0.
Okay, except for the employees who are currently on the state health insurance plan that are not covered by that particular contract that says you have a choice, you are now dictating to them
Yeah.
that they don't
To
have
the
a choice.
extent that we're dictating they have the same coverage this year, this next year.
But that changes their co-pays
It
between
doesn't.
night shift and MVP.
This proposal is for 37 MVP employees.
Oh, well, no, that wasn't,
but I'm going to
that's
say,
what I was
I
trying to
want to
get
offer
to.
one, unless it's
No,
in the contract.
I thought that Jeff
It
was
is.
saying this is not
Exactly
for
what I'm saying.
37 employees,
I want
this
to
is for
change
like
everyone.
87
Well,
employees.
No, it's not, no, it's not,
You
because the
can't
majority of
force
our,
the change.
because the majority of our employees that are not on MVP are under a contract, but we can't.
Right.
So you're only talking about a total of
Are there
maybe
any-
another handful of employees.
There are employees outside of the police contract that are on night shift, right?
Very, very few.
Couple.
Like literally a couple.
So then I think maybe, why don't we just offer
It's
this
just-
change of plan, keep night shift. Let's see and hope that, we're able to manage this, and then we'll see where we go next year with the contracts.
Because
and
night
with
shift
the-
is costing us more money.
No, I understand that, but since it's just a few people, and we've made such,
So you're
made,
saving later.
Right.
Be another 100.
I'm
Yeah,
just
but we can
trying
do
to.
that next year too. I mean,
Exactly.
it's like, right now, it's, so we can all support each other and just move forward and have less problems with the unions and, because this is very last minute for the employees and stuff, so would you do a friendly amendment?
Is
to,
that a friendly amendment?
I'm asking now if you would accept a friendly
Yeah,
amendment.
I will accept Susan's friendly amendment and that you move to the new MVP plan while still offering a night shift plan.
Okay, Kevin, will you accept that
Yeah.
amendment?
Yes?
Okay, are you comfortable, Jean?
Yes.
Okay, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, motion so carried. Can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So
Motion-
moved.
wait.
Oh, wait, I'm
I-
sorry.
I would like to request that the town board meet in Susan's office with an open door to discuss the town response to the Park Point DEIS. We are an interested party and we have not submitted any comments yet.
Well, I think we have a little bit of time to do it.
How many more meetings are there? How many more
We
public
will-
hearings?
The hearing will continue to December 10th. We will take written comments approximately 15 days after. I'm going to, see how the board feels as we go into the holiday season,
Okay.
knowing that 10, 15 days after that, business days will start written comments.
So my preference, Kitty, is A, I'm not prepared to discuss it tonight. Secondly, I have a meeting in my office at 7 o'clock and the camera's already set up and Dave Lenton, the members of the finance committee are already in there, so we can't go into my office. And we are gonna be meeting Thursday for contract negotiation. We have a town board meeting next Thursday, this coming Thursday.
Right,
So we can put that on the agenda as part of our conversation for Thursday night.
right. Well, I have sent everybody my
Mhm.
draft, so everybody will look at those and we'll put those on the agenda
For
for
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday
Okay.
night, good.
Okay, so with that, do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion so
Aye.
carried. Thank you very much for joining us.
thank you. We apologize to the planning board and everyone here for the planning